Sorry, guys. Lee, did you click it? You click it? All right, start the show, Blaine. Welcome, guys.
Hey, guys. Welcome into Family Spirit International.
Hey, guys. How you?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Doing?
Oh. Hey, Lee, you're froze. You were good on the other internet.
I just said all of it.
All right. Well, anyway, welcome to Family Spirit, guys.
We've got a good guest for you guys.
I've got a full signal. I don't know why it's glitching.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You were fine on the first one. Then you went out of it. It went all wonky on you.
And now I'm out. Okay.
There it is.
Maybe it's through acting up. StreamYard has been a POS for the past several days. Gwen can tell you, can't you, girl?
I think it's y'all's raggedy South Carolina internet. That's what's wrong.
No, it's actually not. I just wanted to tell everybody who's watching, please be patient. If you don't see your comment come up in about a minute, message me personally, because StreamYard is not acting like it should, and I'm going to put the instructions up so everybody can make sure they go do it. Okay. So.
But y'all, we got a great guest y'all tonight. My good friend, Reverend Robyne Maine. She is a little bit of everything. She's an empath medium. She's a holistic medicine practitioner. She's a Reiki master, and she's a wonderful person. And I filmed with Robyne on a documentary called "A Ghost of Fire" up in Centralia, Pennsylvania. And y'all like Robyne. She's a good guest, and she's very knowledgeable of what she does. And we're gonna have fun tonight. We're gonna have fun.
Definitely. You ready for her?
Bring her on.
All right. Hey.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Because you got so much knowledge, I wanted to get some of that knowledge you have out there.
Oh,
we've been doing this. Me and Robyne have been friends for.
You beat me.
God,
I've learned so much from Blaine.
Well, I've learned from you too. We compliment each other, like me and Lee do, me and Gwen do.
Yes. I know.
Sorry,
you do.
my voice ain't the best in the world, but I'm working on it. Every now and then I'll get choked up a little bit because of the cancer recovery.
Oh, I thought because you missed me.
I did miss you.
I'm choked up too. So,
Robyne, let's start
Robyne,
off.
that was a good one. That was a good one.
Tell everybody what we saw in that cemetery that was in the woods.
oh my God, that was the most amazing experience. Now, I wrote, produced, and directed Ghosts of Fire, and you can actually look it up on YouTube. I have the CDs and everything I sold for years and years, and I've kind of let it go because we've moved on to part 2, which unfortunately it hasn't been edited and all of that yet, but it's still in the works. It's been a long wait, but it's okay. It took 10 years to get the first one done. Mm-hmm. So it may take 10 years to get the second one done. But Blaine became one of the stars of it. And we went out to Centralia, is a ghost town in Pennsylvania. It's a modern day ghost town. And the coal fire is burning underground. And there's enough energy there to burn for over 1,000 years going forward. So scientifically, it's fascinating what's going on there, geographically, what's happening. And of course, because of, the scent and everything, we know from our shoes and everything, the way it was left on our clothes, you can smell the coal and everything burning. It's massive, all burning underground. So all the houses, the people have been moved out, and Blaine may not even know this, but the church, the rectory that was there, and everybody's gone now. So you really can't go over there. The highways have collapsed because everything's on fire. And there's nothing left really but all of the cemeteries. Most were moved out from the cemeteries and relocated to other cemeteries. But it cost over $30,000 to move your loved one from their grave to another cemetery. So unfortunately, there's a few people left behind. It's tragic. But anyway, this is what we went out to investigate. And to make a long story short, because I could go on forever about that, we wound up in a cemetery that at the time had some bodies there. And while I was there on the first trip, we had a spirit that jumped over the wall. This was what we know as a shapeshifter, if you will. Now, you may buy into these things. You may think we're a little fruity thinking this, and most people haven't experienced it. And I can't say I was really on board with it. Spiritually, you know, Native American and everything, it's a beautiful thought that this shapeshifters and animals can turn into people and vice versa. But I actually saw it. And so the next time we went out, we had Blaine come all the way up from Alabama just to help us work on this. And he's the most amazing person when it comes to shamanic practices. Mm-hmm. We found out this was a Catholic cemetery with all the bodies buried there. And, you know, Blaine, you can jump in anytime.
You're doing good.
But we offended all of the native spirits that were there. We offended them.
Well, we didn't offend them. It was when you filmed the
first
not
time, us personally. This is years building a Catholic church on top of people.
Yeah.
On top of natives. It was just horrific. So anyway, I reached out to him. He came up and helped us connect with the Native American spirits that were there. And so I just went along for the ride, and I ask you to do the same. Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. I know it's strange. It's unusual. And as I said, some people think we're off our rocker. But if you see it and you experience it, that's a whole different thing. He made me a believer. Absolutely. I will never be on the fence again. Is it scientific? Is it spiritual? What's going on here? But I know what I saw. And he actually did a reenactment in the movie. And up on this wall around the cemetery, there was this black figure I saw. My investigators were doing their thing, going through the cemetery, doing EVPs, and we even had a couple of people doing Ouija board, and which you shouldn't do. But anyway, they were doing this over in the corner. So there were a lot of different things going on at the time, and we're filming all different approaches, you know, to go into the movie. And I saw this black thing up like a shadow, and it looked like a wolf, and I heard a growl.
Oh my God.
Now we're in the pitch black.
Yeah.
9, 10 o'clock at night. Probably shouldn't be there. But in any case, that's my disclaimer. We were there. We're filming, being very respectful of all of the graves that were there. And I see this thing. And you hear a growl late at night coming from where the woods are behind this. And there's nobody out there. Yeah. There's no houses or anything. There were like 6 houses left on the far side from us. And that was like the mayor. He was like 183 years old. He was living in his house still on the side at the time. Nobody else was there.
No.
So it wasn't people. We were where we're at. But like I said, we were offending the spirits, the native spirits. See this black thing, and it kind of crouched up on the wall, like all fours. Think of, you know, kind of like a wolf look. Mm-hmm. It jumped off the wall, and Blaine reenacted this in the film. It's amazing because he really captivated what I saw. Jumped down all fours, and he morphed and stood up erect. And I saw a man's body, his torso. The head was like a dog. If you're familiar with Anubis from Egyptology,
Yes.
The head of the dog, that's very similar. And I'm not going to say it was that, but it was similar to that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get you.
From the waist down was kind of like a dog. It was black. It was just black, like covered in fur. But the torso was of a human and his neck. Now he growled at me and he chased me, and it wasn't too far. This is only within seconds.
Oh my God.
I pivoted and I'm trying to keep my eye on him, but I wanted to go tell my people that were investigating. And again, this is Centralia, if you're just signing in here. So I ran towards all of the headstones, but I'm keeping one eye on this. And he pivoted after me, and his hand morphed. And it was a human hand. It went down to the ground, and he literally stretched it out. I'm saying, what in God's name is happening? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe it. And if anybody told me this story, I'd say, yeah, okay, all right. Were you all drinking out there that night? You know, were you a little nervous? You're breaking up with your marriage or something. I would think this person's cracked, but I saw it with my own eyes, and I was being chased by it, and it morphed and it pivoted itself, almost like an animal puts his third or fourth leg down to balance himself, making the turn. And he pivoted and went after me. And just as he got up to me, he was gone.
Yep.
He was gone.
Well, Robyne, when we went back to film the next time, the Native American spirit was in the woods, and it made itself very tall, very wide. And Robyne's sitting there looking at it going, what the hell?
Again, I couldn't believe it.
I'm like, Robyne, this is a Native American spirit. And I talked to the spirit, and I calmed it down, because the people that had been filmed with Robyne before, when they were up there, they provoked it and pissed it off. Well, he thought we were still part of that group. No. And when I talked to him down, I calmed him down with tobacco and sage and talking to him. And then he went from probably about 30 foot tall, 20 foot wide, down to a normal sized man. And then he spoke to us in his native language, which I didn't understand because I'm not that type of Indian.
I remember the words.
Right.
She got the words. I heard the words. I understood what it was saying, but I could not speak that language if I
didn't know. I had no clue what it was. And I had to go back and do research. And so we filmed the whole thing. It's actually in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
and
my
I
gosh.
saw this thing. I mean, oh my gosh, it was more than 40 feet tall.
It was huge.
Way up. And I saw beautiful, it looked like ribbons of light, almost like a rainbow, but it was coming down from where his head would be. And it just reached into the ground. It was the most amazing, spectacular thing that I've ever seen.
It was.
And I'll never forget it as long as I live.
No, I won't either. What I loved about it, though, once he went back to human size, other Native Americans started coming around him.
Yes.
They felt safe again. They felt appeased. They felt that we wasn't there to harm them or disrespect them, and that we were there as friends and as brothers and sisters. You know, and the rest of the night, we got so much other activity from the other spirits. The Native Americans watched over us the whole time, all the way till I got back home.
So this was in 2010, just so you know, and it was actually wrapping up the film. So we added this into it. October of 2010, we released it. Yep. And Blaine came back for the grand opening of the movie and documentary. But he told me, and again, we're in the pitch black. Nobody's around. Nobody for miles around. Okay, I can't scream for help. I can't make any comment. and they're filming, okay? And he starts telling us that he feels the spirits are coming out almost like horseshoe shape around us. And he's saying, he's looking and he's communicating, he's connecting with them, saying they're here. They're here. And so we're looking up and you could feel the energy. Some people could see it. Some people felt it, but you felt almost embraced in love.
Yeah, it was.
And the attention, the full attention that they gave us. So I will say the words. It's Hang Shantadalela Ra. Hang Shantadalela Ra. And we researched extensively because, of course, different tribes say things differently. And finding the translation of English into their language, we just did it phonetically. And so we found out it was, you are forgiven, go in peace.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was as close as the translation that we could get.
Yeah.
And what that meant to me and Blaine, that we brought that peace back because, and again, this is generations. This is from, back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, that they built this church and everything on top of people, on top of natives, and put white people, and I'll say it, I'm one, just white people, right on top of all of these beautiful Native American spirits, on top of their graves, like they're nothing, like they're less than animals.
That's terrible.
And then
and I wanted them to
mind.
know this thing chased me, and I didn't want them to think that I was there disrespectfully. We had to learn, and we were researching as we did this documentary. And thanks to Blaine, we were able to make that connection, what the issue was and how to appease it.
And that was the best day when we appeased that spirit, because I don't want to see any spirit pissed off, especially a Native American spirit, because of their connection with spirituality, with the earth. You piss them off, it pisses off a lot of things because they control a lot of nature.
Yes.
I'll never forget Robyne for the rest of my life for inviting me up there to do that with her, because it was an amazing experience. And I'll tell you what else was cool. Earlier in the day before we investigated, we went to another little town that had a coal mine in it that wasn't burning. And we met a lady there that her family was in that cemetery. And we brought her along later on.
Oh, yeah.
To help her reconnect with her ancestors. And you can hear it in the film. The lady said, "This is the best day of my life."
Yes, I forgot about that. That's the Wills family.
The Wills
family.
They did
make connection with the lady that her family was buried in another cemetery across from us.
Yeah. What was cool about that is, like, I keep seeing this one spirit lady, and I didn't realize I was like right on top of the lady's grave. And
again, pitch blackness. There's no bulbs, no lighting, no street lights, nothing. So we're just going by our little flashlights. And all of that. And he's doing the dowsing rods. And he's teaching us about the dowsing rods and talking to spirit like he always does. And he's having a full conversation. And this lady, who we didn't know, just showed up. I mean, there was like a miracle that happened. And I think she lived, actually, she's out like in Delaware or around there, New Jersey, maybe I'll hook up with her again. But her whole family, that was the plot. So thanks to Blaine, he added that also into the film. And he's talking. And you see on the film, he looks down. This is live in the moment. He looks down, he goes, "Oh my." And he sees the name of the person that he's talking to. He's standing on the grave.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
And of course, the lady that was there, she confirmed, "Oh, that was my aunt or whatever." And, she told us all the relationships that were there that he was communicating with. So.
What was
That's
amazing is
fascinating.
how much validation we got on that investigation with that lady, and other things that we picked up on too. But it was fun. I wish I could be closer where I could have filmed part 2 with you.
Well, it's not done. We can always add like we did to the first one. Because you did that. You came in the 11th hour and you helped us figure out some things that had happened. We didn't see ghosts walking around. We didn't experience that. We sure as heck tried. We did 12 years of research, 12 years that we were going through all of it. We didn't see it. We wanted to capture that. But I'm sorry. I hope you can't hear anything back here. Families coming in.
Hey, don't worry. We have voices on our shows all the time, so we're used to it.
Those are live spirits over here, live ones. But, we took all those years of research. And so, you can always come in and add to it. I always believe there's a reason. And there's some people that were in the movie that are pretty upset with me because it hasn't been released yet, part 2. But there's a reason. And it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen.
When it's supposed to happen. Exactly.
Yeah.
They can get butthurt all they want to. It will be released when it's time to release it. And it ain't on their schedule. So.
That's it. They'll come
Hey,
back.
Blaine, I've got a couple of pictures for you. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wanted to show the people watching some of our photos. Photos that I found about Centralia.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
That's what it looks like to the right.
It was a boom town at the time.
Yeah.
Very, very popular spot. It was all the coal miners and their families for generations that had lived there.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? And it all started, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a fire. They started a fire in the recycle, like the.
I'll give you the story. We were told by the historian there that the mayor, they were having a parade and he wanted a bunch of trash burned off. Well, the guy started the fire and it went underground and started fire underground. And like Robyne said, that there's enough fuel of coal and natural gas in it, it'll burn for 1,000 years, probably more. I can tell you this: we were there in October, November, and it was a little bit cool.
Oh yeah, I hit all the seasons, but you were there. Yeah. You were there in the summer, and then you came.
Yeah, well, we were there. The ground was so hot, we fried an egg on the road.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it fried instantly.
Yeah, it melted the bottom of our sneakers.
Yeah, you could only stand certain times, and you had to move, or your feet were going to get caught on fire.
Oh my goodness!
Here's another picture for us. If it, well, I'm going to take that comment down for just a second.
There you go. I got you. Go ahead. I got you.
Thank you,
before
baby.
and after. Now you can see the church up on the hill. So the church is closed, and there was a rectory next to it, and that's gone. So all under there by the church and everything is starting to burn underground. So
here's a sign.
Hi, Sal.
Hey, Sal.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting.
That's what you're talking about, right? The underground mine here. Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Let's see if I can find one of the fire itself. But here's the church, I think.
That was a beautiful church too.
Oh wow.
And what was sad about it? Okay, it was a Russian Orthodox church, and they don't believe in cremation. Well, all those bodies were getting cremated.
Yes.
Accidentally because of the fire, underground fire. So I'm glad Robyne told me they moved some of them out, but $30,000 to move a person, that should have been done.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Per person?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So your family would have to come up with $30,000 to move you, to relocate you.
If not, you were automatically cremated. So.
And some of those people don't have family even anywhere anymore.
They're gone because some people were there for 100 years or so.
Yeah.
So,
Robin, I don't know if you can see some of these people that are popping up comments. We're having problems with StreamYard, you guys, and I'll put the thing back up in a minute. But thank you for everybody.
Lee is freezing up a little bit, but I am listening to her. So we talk a lot. I apologize. I hope she jumps in.
That was just one of mine and Robin's adventures. We did Gettysburg together. Got some good shit. Robin was with me when that damn spirit punched me in the damn nose. And
that still hurts my nose.
I mean, this son of a bitch hit me like I stole something from it. It hit me and my eyes watered up, my nose started bleeding. I was like, you son of a bitch. And Robin's like, what the hell happened? I said a spirit punched me in the damn face.
What did he do, Robin? Did he have a shot look?
No, you know what? I've been a medium. I mean, you label it as a medium, but I've had connection to spirits since I was 3-4 years old. And my family always said it was since birth. They knew there was a connection there. Odd things were happening. But I meet him, and he took me to another level. He really did.
He's very special.
And I'm glad, I'm jealous a little bit, but I know Lee has that connection with him because I know she's tapping into who he is, and I know she has a lot of abilities too. I don't even know if she remembers, but I met her many, many years ago at a Paracon. I'm not even sure if it was Salem or it was the South Paracon or something that was going on, Deep South. But I had met her, and that was before she became, really famous and everything. But I knew she was connected. She had that spirit connection, and I'm so proud. I'm always glad to see someone that has that gift, and she just kept developing it and studying and learning, and she gives so much back. And I do watch you from time to time, not every day.
Thank you, Robin.
It's not creepy. I just
check
on you from time to time. Or I see a post.
Well,
she's doing good work out there. She's helping people.
You know what's funny, Robin? Me and Lee are actually related.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh my God.
I didn't know till she did the DNA, not the DNA, but the Ancestor.com.
Yes.
We're actually related on her dad, by her dad. Like, oh, wow.
That's awesome. So you have Native American in you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Us
and
three
all three of us are in the same.
Yeah.
All three of us are part of the Cherokee tribe.
Now, I'm sure she's heard this before because, we're talking all about Centralia and everything. There's so much more, so much more. But Lee, I want to tell you, and maybe you know already, but you go way back. I'm a newer spirit, actually. I'm newer to this world. You have Egyptian going back much further in you. So it goes from Native American to Egyptian.
What's funny,
I've
Robin,
been trying to tap into that.
Me and Lee have had probably 40 different lives together in different time periods.
At least.
We were both at Delphi. The first time we actually met was when we were at Delphi, when we were Oracles of Delphi. So that's how far back we go.
Yeah.
I'm an old fart.
I know we're old farts.
Yeah, you're older spirits. I know. And I do palmistry and everything. You can actually see that. Who's the newer spirit and who's, yes, you can see that right away. Right away. So I have a million lines. So that's someone that's kind of confused still. I'm newer to everything. I'm still learning. Okay. The less lines you have, the more lifetimes you've been here. Some people have very smooth hands, less lines.
I got a lot of lines on mine.
I'm looking at mine.
Yeah. So it's okay. It doesn't mean you're brand new, but no, I have millions of them. So I'm newer. I go back around 1500 that my spirit was born. We know this through past life regression and all of that. If you haven't done it, I suggest that you do it. You don't have to believe it. Have fun with it. Do it as entertainment.
Robin, I will tell you this though. you actually go back further. You lived in Greece at one time before the Romans took it over. So you were born, your spirit was actually born in Greece. And then it just
That's good.
wrapped up.
I did past life regression with Deborah Husselbusch, and she worked with me in Salem for about 5 years. She's here in New Jersey too. She's exceptionally good at doing regression. And so she took me back, and, you know, I do art, music, all of those artsy kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So she took me back when I was an artist, and I actually painted for the church. I was doing
Wow.
frescoes on the walls of a church. And she took me back, and we're thinking like 1500s or so, and it could go back a little further, because I saw a Roman soldier, and he walked in on me. And this, you know, this is just happening. It's kind of like lucid dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
But she recorded everything as I was going back in time, and I'm explaining everything that I saw. And I can see it like it was yesterday. It was that vivid because I was remembering. It's different than just imagining. It's like I was familiar. I knew where to turn. I knew where to go. I knew where my house was.
Yeah.
All of that. Very familiar. But this Roman soldier walked in, and it was kind of past, like when they were kind of going out of style. You know, the Romans are kind of they were losing their thing there. But they walked into the church, and I was drawing, painting Christ on the cross. And he didn't like that, because that's right where things were changing around 1400, 1500.
Mm-hmm.
And Italy was actually under Roman law still. And so the Muslims were there. And so Muslim law and everything, you know, it was different. It wasn't always Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they have to look back in history. So I was a Roman Catholic, and I'm doing my thing, painting the picture as I knew it. And the soldier didn't like that, and he told me to stop.
Sweet.
So I did. I obeyed him. And when I came back to that church, and was a little like a grotto almost, very, you know, just on the hillside. And I know I wasn't sure really where I was. I kind of think it was Portugal at the time. And across the pond from us were Italian ladies doing wash. And I recognized that they were not from where I was. They didn't speak my language, and I recognized them as being two Italians.
Mm-hmm.
So it was somewhere, you know, border-wise, it was in that vicinity. So, but the Romans still had control of everything at that time, and still trying to hang on. And so the side of the church was bombed. You know, however they took it out, they broke it down, and there was a big hole in the wall. But my painting was to the side, and a few pews were there so people could still sit and pray. I have a great sense of humor, if you don't know me. Okay? That's where my faith comes in. I joke, I laugh. In fact, when things get worse, I make more jokes. Okay? My daughter says, I'm not funny. Okay?
Oh, you're very funny. Don't let her tell you that.
But it helps me get through tough times.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
that helps a lot of people.
It hurt me because there was a hole in the church, and they had damaged it. And I didn't like back then, as I do now, being told, no, you can't. I don't take that very well.
No, none of us do.
I looked at my painting, and I took that soldier that came in and told me, no, you don't draw that. I painted him next to Christ in the picture.
Nice.
With his red plume and his headdress and everything. He was a beautiful looking man. And I remember he was taller than me, much taller than me. And I was tall, but he was a big guy. And you know what? I put him right in that painting. right next to Christ. So these are traits that we see when we do past life regression, that we say, oh, that's funny. That's some of the things I do now in my life.
Yeah.
I'm an award-winning artist. And I actually started that when I was in parochial school, and my artwork was submitted into competitions and wound up at the Vatican.
Right on.
Within competition. And so I got four awards and everything. But you see the tie, all of that happened, that it was done in the church, and my painting meant so much to me, you know. So hopefully Leah will be back.
Oh, she'll be back. Her internet always goes goofy.
So
Yeah,
it's very interesting.
It is. I love past lives. Especially when I can see your past life and tell you what your past lives were. I get to live that life with you because I see it vividly as I see you for us three right now, for us four right now.
Mm-hmm.
I got Dana.
I'll tell you, when I worked in Salem, and that was 5 years, I'm very blessed to have been able to do that. There's most amazing readers from all over the world that have come, England and everything else. And, only 25 people can be licensed. We were licensed. And that's, they can't judge you like if you're a good psychic or not. But it was more about business and being authentic and having credibility in what you're doing and how you treat your clients. So from that, it's based to give you a license.
Right on.
So, and the city licenses you. So I worked with Christian Day and everything up there. And and now I'm going to lose my train of thought where I was going with this. I knew that was going to happen. So
you were working with Christian Day up there in Salem.
Yes. And so, looking at your credibility and everything, what were we saying before?
We're talking about past lives.
So what I did with the readings, thank you, that got me back on track. I was doing readings there, and I decided initially, like you said, you can see that in people. Some people, like I'm looking at Lee, and I looked at some pictures and things of her earlier, and I'm saying, she goes back further than Native American. I'm looking at Egyptian.
Yeah.
So, and I see that. And sometimes I see details about lifetimes and things that happen, or putting the two of you together, or even me with that person somewhere. Okay. And you've crossed my path again. So I used to tell people during my readings.
Let's see details. Please tell me.
I see this.
I don't.
I see this.
So you'll.
Okay? Yeah, but you know what? Some people don't want to know what they were.
I do. I want to know.
No, we're okay with that. But not everybody you read for is okay with it.
Right.
And you have to understand, we're not like in the movies that we come back looking like this.
Yeah.
Lifetime after lifetime after life. I'm coming back looking like you.
Yeah.
I'm coming back looking like an Asian man on a bicycle. Okay. I'm coming back as an animal person and an animal spirit. So when I was telling people things like this, that, you were a gentleman in Africa, and it was actually very beautiful. And I'm sure she's never going to hear this, I hope. If not, I'll probably get contacted. But I told her, I said, you know what? You were an African man. It's a woman I'm telling this, an African male, and you're standing on this cliff, and you're overlooking, like a shepherd, you're overlooking all of these beautiful animals. I couldn't believe the visual that I was getting. And these beautiful cypress trees, or, they're blowing in the wind, and I could smell the grass, and it was like, I wanted to sing The Lion King. It was an amazing visual that I got. And I'm sharing that because she came to me for past life regression. And I'm telling her all this. And she said, "You're cracked." She said, "I'm out of here. I want my money back." She couldn't deal with that.
Some people can't. They think this is the only life that they've had. They got to understand that we are energy. Okay, energy never dies. Okay, it just takes another form. Well, you go back several centuries or even thousands of years, they talk about reincarnation because we are just an energy form who take form in another form of energy. We could have been another human. We could have been an animal. We could have been an object. It doesn't matter. We're going to go back.
Or an alien.
Or an alien. Now, I want to talk about the alien you were telling me about earlier, too. Yeah, and I believe there's aliens. Mathematically, we cannot be the only life forms in this universe. It's mathematically impossible. And even Carl Sagan said it.
Yes.
Albert Einstein said it. There was quite a few other scientists who said there's no way we're the only life form in this whole universe. It's mathematically impossible.
Yeah.
So tell us about your alien experience you had during COVID.
Oh, that's a good turn. Okay, now I'm really going to sound a little fruity here. Okay, but I'll go with it. It's okay. I can deal with it. Moved to New Jersey, and it was 2021, and I'm coming home from my daughter's house, about 45-minute drive, and I'm passing through, it's kind of country. It's out where there's like retreats, resorts, horseback riding, things like that. I had a beautiful townhouse up there. And so I drive back, and it's like, it was only 6:30 at night, but it was actually January 6th. I meant to get the MUFON case number so I could give it to everybody. But if you want it, I'll give it to you. It's in MUFON now. I'm driving up this winding road coming off a main highway, almost to my house, maybe about 15 minutes or so from my house. And as I'm cutting in and out, as it spirals, the trees are in different places. So sometimes you see the sky, sometimes it's trees. Then you take another turn and it's sky and it's trees. Now, I don't live too far from Newark. So the majority of flights and everything come through Newark, all the connections and everything. So we get a line of planes that come in quite often, especially when there's storms and things like that. They take maybe an odd path that they're coming in over the houses. They try not to do that. They go like in line with the highway, and Mr. Air Force over there, how they do it. They avoid the houses.
Oh, yeah.
But that night we were waiting for a storm that was supposed to come in around 10 o'clock. So it's like 6:30, and I'm rushing home before snow comes and all that. And I'm saying, there's a plane. And it's like the plane was coming head on to me. And it's so bright, the lights. And I know they're not far from Newark, so they probably have their parking lights or whatever you call it. They're coming in for a landing. Yeah, they had bright lights. So I didn't think anything of it. I thought, that's really pretty in a pitch black sky. And you can't see the moon. You can't see anything because the storm's coming. So all clouds and, condensation and everything in the air. I cut through, and now I'm starting to go slightly on an incline because, of course, I lived at the mountain top where the skiers and everything for the resort. And this is Vernon, New Jersey, in case anybody wants to look this up. And I see this sign. I'm coming out of Hardyston, which is a little town this big. There's like 16 people live there. Coming out of that, going into Vernon. And I'm noticing as I get the presence through the trees separating, I'm saying, my
Hey,
God, it looks like it's going to land right on my car.
Yeah.
It's just a thought. I mean, I'm thinking intellectually, no, that's not happening. But I'm saying, my God, that's kind of weird. It's going like straight into me. And it's getting brighter and brighter. And the thing pulls to the side. And it stops. This was the size of, massive trees in the forest. It was 4 tree lengths. So we're talking maybe like, a block, okay, if you think city-wise. And it stopped. And it was kind of like, and, I'll show you pictures, and it's all over my Facebook and everything, so you can look it up. But it was almost like L-shaped, like there was a station on top, and then it came down and went to the side like that. So it wasn't a saucer. There was no ETs or anything like that, but I could see there were windows. You couldn't see in the windows, but the shape of where windows were. And that top thing was spiraling like this, stopping and going back the other way. And I'm saying to myself, I was nuts. I was just blinded in the moment. I couldn't believe it. And I'm all alone on this country road. 2 lanes. So and there's no pull off. There's trees. So I couldn't pull over. People say to me, even in MUFON, like, why didn't you grab your phone? My phone was in my purse. I'm a good driver. I'm responsible. My phone was in my purse. It was locked. I didn't have time in the moment to say, oh my God, I'm panicking. I'm going to take pictures of ET. I didn't think about that. I didn't even think. I'm trying to deal with this. And this is a woman, mind you. Cold, freezing night, storms coming, pitch black, alone in the woods. So please keep that in mind, why I reacted the way I did.
Yeah.
I was very frightened.
Sure you were.
First off, because I do work in domestic violence and everything. I've worked with the police and all of that stuff. So I thought logically, is this a craft that is going to crash? Is this something trying to land at the airport that's coming down that is going to crash? But as it got closer, I said, this is not a regular plane. This is something I've never seen before in my life. But as I got closer to it, and believe me, I slowed down. I was easing my foot off the gas, but I was coming nose to nose with this thing. And it was, I would say maybe 50 feet away from me. And I came that close. I had no choice. And it was hovering over these trees, these big 4 massive trees. It was nothing but the woods. And I knew behind it was a pond. So there's no houses. It was like right after Christmas. It was little Christmas, actually, January 6th. So people had Christmas lights up, and I'm trying in a split second, like, is that like maybe the skiing lights that I see from the resorts? Is it reflecting? What's going on here? But I knew it wasn't a regular American plane. It wasn't. Hovering. And as I pulled up closer to it, inching the car, not even pushing the gas, just rolling, I said, that's gunmetal.
Yeah.
That was like dark gray gunmetal. And I had no choice, believe me. I had to get home. And there's one way, either I backed up or I went straight to my house. Yeah. So I kept going up this hill on this incline, and I'm thinking, in fact, I was actually speaking out loud. I'm going, Jesus Christ, Jesus, watch over me. Jesus, I'm going, please, somebody watch over me. And I'm going up under this thing. And as I got closer on the incline, I could see the shininess of the gunmetal under the body of it. And there was nothing, no wheels, no seams, nothing. And it wasn't rounded like, people ask me, was it a Goodyear blimp?
Wow.
Was it something like that? Wasn't rubber. It wasn't a round body. It was flat underneath. And it was literally hovering. And it stayed there. Now, even a blimp keeps moving. Okay.
It does. Plus it has
am I
tires.
right? You know, it keeps floating or what? It's a balloon. You know, this was sedentary right there. And I'm going, oh, Jesus, please.
Nice.
Please get me out of this spot. I don't know what's going to happen. I had no choice. If I'm going home, I have to go all the way up the incline and go over this hill. And I was right under the body of that thing. So I got a good look. And of course, who I am, I mean, I wanted to explore it. I really did. Part of me is saying, what is it? Look at these lights. And it's spiraling and it's stopping. And there was yellow, green, and red on it. And people have asked me, like, did it make noise? It's almost like a vibration that I heard. It wasn't like a loud, audible sound. It was almost like the energy of it that I could hear. Like when a really good car is running, but you don't hear the engine of it. You just know it's purring. And that's what I was hearing, the vibration.
Well, Robin, I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
The reason it chose you, because it liked your energy. And I'll tell you a story that happened to me and Lee and her husband. When her husband, Matt, when the Aurora Borealis came, was it last year or year before last? It came down south so we could actually see it. We're out in the middle of nowhere. It was last year. Okay, we were out in the middle of nowhere and watching these things. Watching the Borealis. It was beautiful because, you know, I've only seen it like a few times. They had never seen it. Well, there were things inside of the Aurora Borealis that were moving, that would move on command for us. It's like, hey, can you move left? And it would go left, or it would go right, or up or down.
So
we experienced this probably, about an hour? And then when we get back to Lee and Matt's house, me and Lee are sitting in the living room just talking, and all of a sudden, these three beings came from her ceiling down to the floor. They were from those spaceships. They came because of our energy. And they actually told us we came here because we liked your energies.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is badass.
It scared shit out of me.
It's something, you know, it's something to me to ponder on, because I did meet a couple of people actually from a radio show from back then, Paranormal Underground, and all of those, Cheryl Knight and all those people, wonderful people.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, you know, they were out with me and we were talking in the car and everything as we're driving. And I'm telling them all this story. And they said, you know, did you ever think that they were coming to get you? Not pick you up, but like to connect with you in some way?
What they did. They hooked up with your energy because your energy is pure. And they recognize that. They recognize good energy. That's why they came to you.
Yeah, I didn't want to destroy it. I was scared because I was in the woods alone.
And you were by yourself in the middle of BFE.
That's why. Because what if it was something, you know, it was, United States or somebody was doing something that maybe they're testing things. You know, I won't even ask you. But this stuff that, you know, they're testing out there, we're not supposed to know, we're not supposed to see. And no, and I thought maybe I came across like at the wrong time. I shouldn't have been there.
No,
but
you were at the right time, right place. They came to your energy. That's why they showed themselves.
That's what they were saying to me. They said, do you ever think they singled you out? And I said, no, I thought that was kind of self-centered of me to think that they flew all the way from another planet to come down here and find me in my car at that time all by myself. And I thought, no, I couldn't really buy into that, but it's a thought.
You should.
It's a thought.
I'm telling you, you should, because you were chosen specifically. That they found you because they found your energy and it appealed to them. That's why they showed to you. Just like spirits, when they show themselves to us, it's because they vibe on our energy. They love our energy. That's why they want to come back and come see us. Same, no different from aliens.
I went back, I did research. It was about 40 feet above the ground because it was right level with one telephone pole that was out there. Telephone. Did I say, do we even have telephone poles? It's TV cable, whatever was on that pole. It was there, power pole. No lights or anything, but the pole was there. So that's 40 feet in New Jersey. That's routine. So I know approximately how high up that was. That's pretty darn close to my car. Pretty close. You know, at the time, I felt like I could just put my hand up and touch it. It felt that close. But I got
Robyne,
a good
can you
look.
see the comment?
Oh.
Did you see
no,
anything?
and that's hi, Athena. I know her. She's wonderful.
She's cool.
Yeah, she's great. I didn't have a lapse of time, and I know that for sure because I know it was around like 6:23 when it happened. I wrote all of this. It's in the MUFON case, and I could see the clock in the car. So time never stopped. And I floored that sucker and I got home as fast as I could. As I said, it was about another 10, 15 minutes up the road. And I went up over that hill and I was like, bye, see ya.
See ya,
Hope you got a good look at me.
Yeah.
And I just took off. I didn't want it to fall on me. That was how I was thinking. I don't want to get crushed. I didn't want to get injured or anything. Not that they were there. You know, people asked me, were they with space guns? Did I feel like they were going to shoot me? I didn't feel aggression at all. No. Nothing. I almost felt they were scanning something because that thing was turning. And I felt, as I said, it was almost like that whirring that you hear in your car. Not a full sound of an engine, but the movement of the energy. You know, electricity that was going around, and this pivoting of the lights. It was just fascinating to me. But the other part of me said, get the heck out of Dodge.
That's your fight or flight, you know.
Yeah. And I got home, but because of who I am, I said immediately, I'm contacting STAR, which is down in Philadelphia. And so they're kind of like a MUFON. And I contacted MUFON right away. I wanted to get everything documented while it was fresh in my head. Didn't want to forget anything. It's funny because it was on the Feast of the Epiphany, which is Little Christmas. So that meant something to me. You know, was this a spiritual thing that happened? You know, and as spiritual people, we always think, you know, how can we bring together the spiritual with what's scientific?
Exactly.
You know, spiritual with what we know as extraterrestrial, you know, and so it connected for me. It just all came together.
Sure.
You know.
And I love that.
I have a question.
It gave you something you actually needed, didn't know you needed, but you needed that. You needed that contact.
I didn't know.
Let you know that we're not alone. And it's the same with spirits. People can say all they want to. There's no such thing as ghosts. I'll tell you different. Lee will tell you different. Gwen will tell you different. You'll tell us different.
It's everything out there.
Yeah.
Everything is out there.
Yep. I agree.
And so I just want to say, you know, I'm raised Roman Catholic and everything. So I just like to tell people out there, if you're having a problem with this, just think of this. If you believe in God or a divine being, they made everything and everybody. So if we find out in time, which we probably knew it, you know, Lee's family knew it back in Egypt. Okay. Her family knew. But we're going to find out again. There's planets out there. There's you know, all these things that we think are stars and, you know, aliens and everything. There's many other beings than us.
Oh, yeah.
They come in all different forms, shapes, sizes, fat, skinny, all of it's in there, all of it. And it doesn't take away from anything that we believe as Christians.
No.
It's bigger than
Oh, yeah.
what we ever
Well, you
imagined.
think about this, Robin. God is the ultimate energy. He created all energy, so he is energy.
Whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, God, Great Spirit, Buddha, whatever your belief system is. We don't chastise you that. That's what you want to believe. Believe what you want to. Me and Lee, we believe in the Great Spirit because that's the Native American way. You know, yours is Catholic, yours is God and Jesus and Mother Mary and all that cool stuff.
Yeah. But I'm Catholic with a side of fries. I always say. Because I'm open to everything else. It's interpretation, but it's far greater than we ever imagined. So to me, it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and it was. It was a beautiful experience for you because that they chose you because of your energy. That's special to me. When me and Lee got chosen for them to show up in her living room, that was amazing. That's stuff you don't see every day, you know? That's experiences you might only have once in a lifetime, which I thought was amazing. Me and Lee were like, looking at each other, like, are you seeing this? Like, are you seeing this? It's like, holy crap, they come to visit us. That made me feel so honored and privileged that I got to be with my sister Lee, you know? That's awesome.
I know what you mean.
My biggest thing was, in driving home, I'm thinking, oh, geez, I have these weird things happen to me all my life. People think
you're with us.
And not that they say that, but some people think we're a little off. Okay. And I'm saying, how the hell am I going to tell my family this one? How am I going to tell them? Now I have aliens that are following me around. I already have ghosts following me. I have spirits talking to me. I have this and that. I talk to animals that passed away. Blaine knows that first time I met him. I do everything connection of spirit.
Yep.
And I'm saying, how the hell am I going to tell them this one? Now they're really going to shoot me. They're going to think I'm really out there.
See, the good thing about this show, Robin, is our audience loves this shit. So
yeah,
we're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, I'm in a safe space. I know.
Yes,
that.
you are.
Yes.
And we're so happy you came on the show tonight, Robin. You've been freaking awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I really miss you. And it's a pleasure to work with, meeting Gwen. And she's just dynamite. What a great network you have set up here and producing and all that. and Lee, like I said, I know you. I know you. She may not remember me, but I know, and she's just doing great things.
Well, thank you.
Yes. We are so proud of her. Yep.
Robin, you'll hear
you
something
too, Blaine. You too.
You'll hear something funny. Her husband, Matt's dad was my commander at Maxwell. So
isn't that funny? Wow.
That's such a small world because they're in South Carolina, I'm in Alabama. Okay.
Yeah.
But we've been connected so damn long. It's like we always end up finding each other somehow, some way.
Yes, it
Herbie and Matt always end up finding each other, whatever life we're in at that time. And Gwen's little sister, she's been a little tag along, so she's now starting to come around of stuff that we did in other past lives. But she's like you. She's a newer spirit, a newer entity.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really feel like this part, it's going to sound silly, but just to hear me through, I think she's part mermaid.
Yeah.
Her spirit's not all, there's something very magical about it.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
I've had plenty of people say
breaking up a little bit, but I'm listening.
Yeah. Yeah, Lee, your internet still it's like you speed up and slow down. She's saying that she thinks I'm part mermaid, like that type of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I ask your birthday? Just the month and the day. Gwen?
December 16th.
16th. Okay, so you're a 7. All right. And I always use numerology when I do readings and everything, similar to astrology. I mean, all kind of weaves in and out from each other, tarot, all of that is numerical. So, but the 7 is about earth energy, like the elves and the gnomes and mermaids.
And mermaids. Yeah.
It's all earth spirits.
Yeah.
So that's really
what's funny, Robin.
That's beautiful.
What's funny, Robin, when I do box sessions, I call upon 7 to help me hit stuff. 7 is,
yes, you do. That's right.
Yeah. So 7's been around us. Gwen uses 7. Lee uses 7. They asked me if they could use him. I said, I don't own him. If he wants to answer you, he'll answer you.
He won't always answer you.
That.
Yeah, when he wants to, he will help you.
He has overloaded us. Yes.
Well,
we have been
7 brought her to you.
But yeah, I mean, this was fun. We got to have Robin on again.
Yes, definitely.
We've got so many things we can talk about for Robin that we didn't even break the surface of what Robin is and can do.
Mm-hmm.
Besides being a great
I just
friend.
talk a lot.
Yeah, she is an amazing lady.
I talk a lot.
And if it's okay with you, I think we're going to all send you maybe a picture so you can look at it. I didn't realize that you needed time the way Blaine said it, or maybe I misunderstood it that you could, I don't know. Maybe I made it.
The photo scrying.
I forgot that you have to go through all your ritual before you scry them.
It's nice because I could look at a picture and something comes out instantly.
Yeah.
I never know.
Would you like me to pop it up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
sure.
Here's Blaine's that he had found somewhere. I'm just going to say it like that. He found somewhere. I'm going. There we go.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. There's actually a woman here, and she's in a hospital gown. She's in a hospital gown. Elderly woman. So I have no clue what that is. It's just a wall. When you send me pictures, I like to see the space around everything, but certainly something like that, investigation pictures work great. Outdoors, whatever. The more space, the better. And spirit, I see it walking through live and animated. But there's a woman in a hospital gown there.
Well, you want me to tell you what the picture was taken at?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
It was taken at Sloss Furnaces. It is in a tower there. And I can tell you why. She was in her night clothes. All right. Nobody can get into that building. It's been locked for at least been there. You can't get in the building. I have seen that woman in that window probably 30 times. And she's not a residual. She will interact. She'll smile at you. She'll wave at you.
Yeah.
And what the reason she was in her night clothes? Because her husband worked in that tower.
See?
And she was bringing him dinner. And
yeah.
She worked late shift. So she just showed up in her nightgown and went in there and, gave him his sandwich and probably went back home.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not seeing something from 1800s. I'm seeing more modern day.
Probably 20s or 30s. Because actually, Sloss was built right after the Civil War, so it's where they made steel. It was they call it the Pittsburgh of the South because they made more pig iron than they actually did in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we're going to get nasty letters now from the coal miners and the steel workers and all that.
No.
But it's true.
Fact.
Yeah, there's a lot in Alabama.
And it's an amazing place.
So you see, how spirit shows itself. It can be like the memory of when she passed away. Was she hospitalized? Was she sick? And so this, she has a hospital gown on from what I can see. It's white. And I see her white hair. So she's elderly, and she's just walking through from left to right. And she may do that all the time. And I say it's like residual haunting. And we know residual haunting, you can't really communicate with. They're just going through the steps.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if it's routine for them, she could hear me. She could possibly communicate. But every day, like he said, she came and gave her husband his lunch down at the place.
And she does communicate with you. She'll tell you hi. As she asks, how are you? She'll wave at you. She'll smile at you. And if there's like people there that she don't like, she'll frown at them.
Yeah.
Wag her finger at them.
Yeah,
it's funny as shit. She never waved her finger at me because I was always polite and kind. I treated them with respect that they deserved. Now, there's some goofies that go up there, you know as well as I do, they want to be asses and try to provoke everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Instead of letting it be like it's supposed to be. But
no,
yeah,
so
like,
see, things can come out right away. But if you give me a whole set, you know, I even have investigators send me 200-300 pictures of an investigation. And I just sit and I go one picture after another. And whatever one speaks to me, shows me something, it happens. Sometimes spirit's not ready. Believe it or not, I know this from doing it for years. 2007, I started doing this. That someone, a very jealous psychic that we joined an investigation team with, she wanted to be the star. No names, okay? But she wanted to be it.
Oh.
And I came in and they said, oh, you know, you have great energy and you have really great abilities. You can talk to spirit. Come and join our team. And my son and I, we went and we joined, and she didn't like that.
Oh, she didn't like the competition. I know exactly who you're talking about. I'm not going to say her name either.
I know you are. I know. She gave me a bunch of pictures. Okay. And she said,
oh,
who is this?
I do too.
Who is this?
Oh, yes. I know exactly who it is now.
I don't know. She's not too famous anymore. But anyway, maybe in her mind.
I think she is.
Anyway, it motivates me. So, you know, we all meet people for a reason. So it's okay. I forgive. But she challenged me in the moment and she tried to make me look like a fool. She wanted to show them I was just making up stories.
I love when they do that.
I couldn't. She won't get anything. And she throws this picture at me. And I see this man with his head down. He was all disheveled. Like, you know, he looked homeless. That's what it looked like to me. Behind him, I saw a road sign. I hope I'm not taking up too much time. I know we're going over probably. There's a road sign and he's like at a highway exit. And I could see the little overpass behind him. And he's standing close up, you know, in the picture closer to me. And his head's down. And that's all I saw. I couldn't see his face. I had no clue who it was or anything. Just hair and, you know, a ratty shirt. And he just looked miserable. Like I said, I thought it was like a homeless person on the side of the road. Couldn't see the street sign. Couldn't read it, but I saw like the edge of it in the picture. So I gave him the whole rundown. And I said, there's somebody that's in that picture. And he came out. He came out. He stood just like you see me. He came out of the picture and he came right up to the front next to this man that's still in the picture. But he was live and animated. And he said, my name is Billy. Okay. And I'm repeating all this back. And I said, okay. And he said, I died back here. And he's pointing back to where the little overpass was. You know how you go under and, you know, it's kind of dark and everything.
Yeah.
And I saw the edge of the exit. And he said, I died back there. I was killed in a car accident, he's telling me. Oh. And he said, that's my brother. He's pointing to him. That's my brother. And told me his name is Billy. I know nothing. It's like if you sent me a picture right now, I don't know who you are. You know, your head's down. All I saw was hair. Absolutely nothing. That's a God's honest truth. So I'm telling her all this as it's coming through. And of course, the team's sitting around listening to me. And I'm having my interview Was I good enough to be with everybody? And she grabbed the picture away. She goes, "Do you know who that is in the picture?" I said, "No, I don't." His head was down like this. I couldn't see anything, nothing. I thought it was a guy. That's all I could tell. She
Right.
took that picture and she stormed out. She left. She goes, "Bye, I'm gone for the night," and she left. That was Patrick Burns from Court TV from years ago. The older ones know Patrick Burns was on TV for many, many years.
I
And
know
he
Patrick
used
very
to
well.
have psychics come and meet with him
Yeah.
on cold cases. And the psychics would work on the cold cases live on
Right.
that TV show. I forget the name of it. I knew him from that TV show,
Yeah.
but it had been off for years. So,
Right.
but if you, like I said, you look back years back, he was very popular, big guy at the time, and he did a lot for research and all of that.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
didn't
he
know
runs
that.
he runs a tour company in Savannah now for ghost
Oh,
hunting.
does he
Oh, yeah.
really? I know he went
Yes, he
down to
does.
Florida and all that. I mean, he's wonderful, and he's worked
so
with me
nice.
since then. And they, the team told me that was Patrick Burns. And I said, "Oh, okay." Like at the time, this is 2007. I said, "Oh, I knew who he was." He was already off TV then. I believe the show was ended.
Yeah.
But I said, "Oh, I remember that show because they did all the cold cases and stuff. I loved it."
Mhm.
And I said, "Okay, well," I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
It could have been my own brother in the picture. I couldn't tell who the heck that was.
Yeah.
I wrote to him and I told him, and I felt compelled to do it. I don't know to this day if it was the right or wrong thing, but I felt you get a message like that and someone comes through and says, "That's my brother." And I don't know anything about Patrick Burns. He was a celebrity on a show, and I knew nothing of him. Zero. I didn't care. I liked the show.
Yeah.
That's all I cared about. So I found him. We were on MySpace. See,
God.
I'm only 39-ish. Okay, so this is amazing. I can remember back that
There
far.
you go.
But it was MySpace. And I found him and I wrote him and I said, "This happened." And I just wrote it all out, just like a report. This is what happened from the picture. Can you validate anything? Does it make sense to you? And he wrote me back and he gave me such a great compliment. And it's not to pat myself on the back like I got it right or I was a star or anything. It's that it validated what I saw.
Yeah.
And it inspired me to do exactly that process with photographs from that time on, from 2007. Because he said, "My brother Billy was killed in a horrific car accident."
Mhm.
And I took a picture of that, and he's going like this. And he said, a picture of him, of where the accident happened. There was nothing left of the car, and unfortunately, nothing left of his brother. A very sad case.
Oh.
And he said,
Wow.
"I don't tell anybody about that story." He's never talked to anybody about it. It's
Mm-mm.
too painful for the family.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So nobody knew that.
Well, I'm sure
Nobody.
that meant a lot to
She knew that. That psychic knew it because she was good friends with him. So she knew it happened.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't validate me at the time because, her whole plan backfired on her.
All too bad.
So that's okay. We left the group. Not a
Good.
problem. They're nice people. God bless them. I hope they have a wonderful time.
It sure did.
I don't think they're still doing it.
For you.
But you know what? Everything connected for a reason because it put me on this trajectory of photo scrying. And I actually copyrighted, thanks to Blaine. I remembered something he told me years ago. And I did, registration and trademarking. And now photo scrying is a terminology that we can use within parapsychology.
Yep.
So you can use it in books, and some people, like actually Athena, they popped on here and wrote a message. She informed me after I knew her for several years that she is able to do that too. And I only met one other young boy actually told me, he was about 12 at the time. And I had him photo scry. I said, what do you get out of this picture? And he did exactly what I did. So I encourage people out there to try it.
You could teach me.
It's like using a crystal ball.
Yeah.
And just let your eyes go out of focus, and what comes through comes through. And some photos don't work. Go to the next one, and something will. Go back the next day. This is why I asked to have the pictures for a few days, because I go back the next day, I feel an energy off it, and I say, there's something there. There's something there, but they can't come through. And the next day, they come through.
And that's because you wasn't meant at that time to know that.
Wasn't right timing.
The energy had to come through, and it's like it came through when it wanted to, which I think is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's like us being mediums. People go like, well, can't you get the whole story? I'm like, they tell us what they want to tell us. I can't, they're not puppets in a circus. They do what they want to do when they want to do it.
I write it like a report.
Yeah.
So when you send it to me, I do it just like, I count it as a session, a reading session. But I sit up for hours at night because I want to get everything. And I can write that whole report. It could be a whole page that I'm writing and writing and writing. And other people, maybe they just want to say, hi, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
And I put that much. I'm very honest about it. Very honest. But they tell on you and they joke about you. And they say, you left something out of my recipe. They were cooking in the kitchen and they didn't make the sauce the way I always made the sauce. It's amazing what comes out. Just amazing. And it means so much to the person I give that message to.
Oh, yeah. And that's what's wonderful about it. Gwen, I know you're going to do another show after ours.
No, don't. Not tonight.
Oh, okay. We're on the show. Okay.
Not tonight. Yeah, everything hasn't started yet. We got a lot more coming, Robyne, and it's starting up, but not tonight. So that's why I said, we're good today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just getting to the point where my voice.
Let me go on.
Robyne, we've enjoyed.
It's getting harder for me to talk, so I don't want to stay on no longer. But Robyne, thank you so much.
Yes,
and we will have you back on.
Thank you, each of you. Blessings over all of you. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna pull you down, Robyne. I'm gonna pull you down, and we'll close it out, and you can hang out in the background if you want to for a minute.
Okay, great.
We'll bring you back up because we want to thank you personally after the show, like normal.
Thank
Here
you.
we go. All right, I'm gonna pull her down. Guys, that was great. Lee, I know you've been having issues. You've been freezing up or speeding up and sound like a chipmunk, and it freezes. And I apologize. It's not something we do. And you guys, just know I've been putting the messages up. Yep. StreamYard. That's not from StreamYard, but StreamYard, for some reason, it's been weird about showing messages and stuff. If you are on any show, you see any show and you comment and you don't see me pop it up shortly after, please private message me. But you also have to have it on a public setting. I'll put this up one more time before we get off. You have to have your Facebook on public. If not, and if your Facebook resets or something, you have to go back and do it again. So if you're trying and having issues, let me know, please. That way I can try to help. So there we go. But anyway, that's I done took over for too long. There we go. So anyway, Blaine, I know you don't feel good. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm all right. I can only talk so long. My voice starts getting goofy on me.
That's so good.
You did great. All right, guys. Well, you guys tell them good night, and we'll pop out of here. But guys, everybody who has watched, thank you, and thank you, Robyne, and ladies, gentlemen, what else y'all got to say?
Till next week, we'll have another great show for you guys. I haven't figured out who our guests are. Immediately hasn't figured out who we're gonna have yet, but I'm working on some people.
Cool. It'll be great. Lee, are you still with us, or are you still froze, babe?
She froze.
I think she's froze. All right, Blaine, let's tell him good night. See you next week,
Later.
guys.
See you
Thank you
next
for
week. Thank
joining.
you for coming. The
Okay.
Family Spirit International. You guys
Yep.
rock.
Yes. All right. Good night.